You're now listening to a Press Play Network podcast.
Hey, I'm J. Michael Tatum, and you are listening to Nerd Flow.
Welcome to another issue of Nerd Flow. This is issue 77 of Nerd Flow. I am Royalty. We got Young Fly in the rest in the building. Say what's up.
What's happening?
Checkmate.
What's going on?
Yes, sir.
And Briario. Yeah.
What's up?
Still waiting on Tink and Snapback. They'll be here in a few. But yeah, man, this is a weekly podcast. It's all about geeking out, nerding out on all things comic books, video games, anime, you name it. We talk about it on this show.
Every team.
I tell you, every team, man. Bad Boys 2, for those who are probably what the hell are they talking about? But yeah, man. So Facebook, Twitter, IG, Instagram for those who been on the rock. Nerdflow podcast is how you can find us. Follow, like, all that good stuff. Got a YouTube channel. Don't have an official link yet. That's why we need y'all to subscribe to the channel. In addition to that, we got the Facebook community going. So if you like talking about nerd stuff 24/7, join our community group on Facebook. And yeah. And then also teespring.com, teespring.com/stores/nerdflow is the way you can get yourself an official Nerdflow t-shirt. So go get that and show support to the show.
Support us, man. We need your support.
Exactly. Let's see. I was gonna get into the con thing first because that was kind of how we left off on 76. But since two of the people who went to the cons ain't,
I know, like, what the hell?
We're gonna have to talk about that later on in the show. So let's.
Oh man, I'm ready.
So
I was ready to geek out about that.
PlayStation Now. So PlayStation Now this week,
Or PlayStation not now.
Now later.
Yeah, exactly. PlayStation now later.
I mean, how do you want it?
Whoa. Right. Yeah, I know. Right. Meow.
Right now.
Meow.
So PlayStation Now has a new feature that's has really put them in contention with the Xbox Game Pass, and that feature is downloads now. For those who probably didn't know or wonder what PlayStation Now was, it is basically the equivalent of Game Pass or Netflix for games. For those, it's probably more easy to relate to that more than anything. But with PlayStation Now, it was more of streaming. It was really like Netflix. But now you can download the games to your respective PlayStation console or PC and play them. And PlayStation Now is, I think the first week for them is like $9.99, then it goes up to $19.99. So I mean, it's gonna be a game changer. Now, I will say,
first week, or you mean your first month?
No, your first. I think the trial. It may be the first month. The first month, I think the first month is $9.99, I believe. For PlayStation now, but yeah. So it starts out $9.99, it goes up to $19.99. I think that's probably like the only kind of like deal breaker. But when it comes to that, but the other part of that is Game Pass touts that they have over 100 games, and PlayStation Now has 650 games. So I mean, from a value standpoint, I mean, it almost kind of makes itself worth $19.99. But depending on who you ask. Any thoughts on this new download feature coming to PlayStation Now, or available on PlayStation Now right now?
Not right now. The only reason I say not right now is because the only disappointing thing, I guess we kind of pre-talked about, was the fact that it's not a bundle price. It's more so, okay, well, let's play. You have to pay for PlayStation Plus, and now you have to pay for it now, which is $20. If it was, in my opinion, hell, like $9, like Microsoft, I'm surprised that the Game Pass is only like $5.99. Like, it's pretty cheap, like really cheap in my opinion. And Sony, to me, is kind of hinting or just, I guess, tiptoeing into it, in my opinion. But I think they will. They know what they're doing. They know they're going to bring it down. But that's the only issue I have about it. But other than that, I'm excited.
Yeah, I think they should kind of like tier off the service. So like, okay, so if you want to pay monthly for PlayStation Plus. You know, $9.99 is the going price for PlayStation Plus. Charge me additional $4, $14.99. It includes Now and PlayStation Plus. I'm sold.
Yeah.
Like the way I look at it, like PlayStation offers so many services. So like if you got, say you subscribe to PlayStation TV, you got the TV service, you got PlayStation Now, and you got, you know, all of that. Like if you subscribe to all of that, you should get like a major discount on, you know, everything you buy from. I mean, you know, with all them services, so you should be able to bundle them together and get a major discount.
Yeah, that would be. No, I didn't think about. I never thought about View till you said something about it. But yeah, that would be like a very, very good idea because I got View, and see, for me, I think I told you about this, Young. I have Sony Rewards, and it's tied to my PlayStation account. So like anytime I buy anything or when I pay my PlayStation View bill, I get points every single time. So I'm like just racking up points, and I can go buy pretty much anything. I can buy physical Sony product if I want to, if I let my points build up high enough. But yeah, no, I think that's a good idea for them to bundle Now, View, and Plus all in one. And then on top of that, you get sometimes you get some kind of accommodation sometimes when it comes to like the premium packages if you're a Plus member. Because I know like if you want to get like, I think it's Showtime and Cinemax, or no, it's Showtime and HBO. They have special price for PlayStation Plus members on View as well. Because I was looking at their premium stuff as well not too long ago. So, but yeah, man. So Now has that. I have a feeling like they did that. I mean, PlayStation Experience is like 3 months away. So who says they can't say, you know, drop it down to $9.99? So that would be like
they got to say some surprises for that show.
Yeah, because E3 would be too freaking far away to do that. So I think it's PlayStation Experience.
Oh yeah,
just for them to like say, okay, now it's $9.99. PlayStation Classic. So all these retro consoles coming back up, popping back up. We had
because they dropped this picture for the 64 this week.
Yeah, they did.
Sweet.
Yep.
Oh shit.
That too.
Shit.
So the PlayStation Classic is gonna run $9.99. Gonna come with up to 20 games. Some of the games, just to name a couple, original Tekken
3.
It's Tekken 3. Tekken 3. Tekken 3. You got Final Fantasy 7, which I know a lot of people just ate that up when they heard Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, that alone.
Ridge Racer, what was it? Ridge Racer 4.
Can a brother get some Jet Moto?
Man,
I know, right?
Man,
bro, they don't put that on the game. It's just like it was pointless to bring this back out.
Honestly,
I hope Bushido Blade on there also.
No, it'd been pointless if they don't put the first Metal Gear on there.
Yeah, it will be pointless.
True. Twisted Metal.
Hey, what about
some of the classics?
I'm here for that.
Oh,
what about Legend of Dragoon?
Oh, well, it's RPG, so it might be on there. They're going to have a lot of RPGs, you know, they normally do that. But
yeah.
I don't know. Final Fantasy 7 alone sold it for me.
Yeah.
Like, and with the 64, I'm just thinking about GoldenEye. That's all I'm thinking about.
I know, right?
That's what everybody think about. Man.
Yeah, now I gotta start collecting all these old retro mini consoles now.
You know what?
For Super Nintendo,
Yeah, I know.
NES.
Y'all know something? I got the classic NES and the Sega retro thing. I ain't opened either one of them yet.
No, don't do it, man. Just leave it sealed.
I have, like, I was dead. Like, when I got the Nintendo one, I was dead about to open it. So my friend said, "Do not open it. Please keep it in the box." And it's still in the box. I got that in 2016. I'm like, shoot, ain't no point in me opening it now. I got it on my Switch. So
yeah, exactly. Speaking of the Switch, Nintendo Switch Online dropped earlier this week, Tuesday. I think it was like Tuesday. Yep. I know Snap has a Switch, and Checkmate has one, and so does Young. Any thoughts on the new Switch Online? Good, the pros and the cons.
I haven't played the only multiplayer game, I guess, on that side. I would say I played Splatoon 2, which everybody knows is legit and in itself is good. That actually went smooth. I'm curious to see how, I guess, the heavier games like Diablo and all that will be online and stuff like that, and Mario Party and stuff. So, but Splatoon 2 so far was pretty fun.
I mean, like I said, I'm really more or less enjoying, I guess, playing the classic Marios and whatnot. That's mainly all I've been playing on there is those classic games because it really did take me back to my childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason why I can really appreciate them bringing all the classics back. Stuff that games that that you're familiar with, stuff that you grew up on. It's just bringing back, like a big throwback for everybody.
Yeah, I feel like more than anybody, I feel like, Switch is like super late to the party when it comes to online. But they have the freaking most robust catalog.
And do they?
Anybody.
And watch how fast they roll these games out. They better roll
they're gonna have
so
to
many games out.
Yeah, they're gonna have to like really get with it, like with rolling these games out because they're gonna start seeing the writing on the wall when it comes to online. Like real soon, they're gonna be like, "Oh crap, what the heck?"
This is exactly what I'm actually rooting for because when I saw like all the games that they had available on the catalog, I'm like you kind of selective of the ones that that you want to play, but.
Okay.
What happened?
I was say, did he get abducted by aliens?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, Sony kidnapped him in Mythos.
It's like,
I know, right?
Sony like stop all that shit.
But yeah, man, like they got like the most robust as far as online content. I mean, content that could be put online. And games that are really not that heavy because one, they've been on cartridge for so freaking long. So they can most definitely like really, really capitalize on it. I'm going to say this much. This is all I got to say about, please let me know. If I don't have a Switch by then, somebody please let me know when WCW NWO Revenge.
Dear God.
I got you, fam. I got you.
WCW NWO World Tour or something like that drops on the Switch, I am gone.
I'll be honest, it's going to happen soon. I'm telling you.
I cannot wait.
Hey, that's what I was thinking about with the 64 classic system dropping.
Yep.
Revenge going to drop on it because I think that was the 64 exclusive right there.
Yep, it will be on there. And I'm confident.
What about No Mercy?
Oh, No Mercy. Yep, No Mercy is another one. I got an even better one. And Checkmate know this one. The WrestleMania one, when you get...
Oh, I already know. All right, so when you said it.
Yo, hey, y'all remember
that voice, that soundbite? Eliminated.
Y'all remember the WCW game that was on Nintendo back in the day that had the classic WCW theme on it?
Was it not Mayhem? No, was it Mayhem?
I think it was Mayhem because Macho Man and Hulk Hogan was on the cover.
Yeah, Mayhem. Mayhem was like super fast. It was more like the WrestleMania arcade type of game. That junk was like hella fast.
It was fast. And Nitro was fast too.
Yeah, Nitro was fast too. Yeah, that was they pretty much piggybacked off of that. And then backstage, I saw it just right down.
Actually, know why they did that? They did that because remember the WrestleMania game that was at the arcade. Because that was fast and it was like super fun and successful. So like, we can do it, but it was nowhere near as fun as the WWF one. It was dope.
Oh no. But yeah, man, no, they gotta. If Nintendo really wants to double down, that is probably the biggest thing that can put them. And on top of that, their pricing is very generous on their service.
I think it's what, $3.99 a month.
Really cheap. It's really cheap.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man.
And
it's
honestly, you can do the family plan, which I'm trying to figure out. I think it's like 3 accounts. I think.
Yeah, I heard about that too. I think it's like $20 a year. What is it? $20 a year, something like that.
It's $55 a year. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, shoot, just get you a bunch of homeboys on that sucker and like, man, we just gonna split this like 3 ways, bro. And $5 a year, bro. We good. $5 a year. Telltale. A couple days ago, Telltale put out I think it was a press release or Instagram post saying they are shutting down their offices. So Telltale is about to be no more. Well, really, is no more.
Well, I ain't surprised because they run out of shit to tell stories about.
Well, this is the most. The most puzzling thing about it is they were going to do the final season for The Walking Dead. What's the one about the wolf? They was doing another season of that, which was like really their, two successful game series that they had in Telltale. And it's just kind of boggling, man, because like they had a niche and they did it so well, and nobody else tried to come into that arena and try to take the title of,
That's true.
narrative-driven games like they were doing. I mean, the Batman was on point. The Guardians of the Galaxy was good. I bought that one.
All of it. And Borderlands too.
Yeah, Borderlands. They did one for Minecraft, so they had a lot of different things they could have piggybacked off of. I mean, as far as from content standpoint goes, but the other thing is somebody's gonna swoop them up. If
absolutely.
Xbox is smart, they should make them an offer and snatch away all the Telltale games and put them all on Xbox. That would be a smart thing for them to do if they really want to really do something. And as far as in relation when it comes to that particular type of game, or PlayStation could do the same thing as well. There was a tweet though from Ubisoft that said to all the employees that got let go, we're gonna have a hiring lunch. All the Telltale employees come to Ubisoft hiring lunch. So I guess Ubisoft going to pick up all the employees they let go. So at least somebody jumped on it though. Then we got Red Dead. Red Dead Online.
Oh my God, I can't wait for that game.
And it's going to be a beta, which I'm trying to figure out when is there going to be a beta when the game comes out in a couple weeks.
It does, like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. So
we're gonna let y'all play it for 3 hours.
Exactly. So Snap, what is your?
Yes, I'm on it. I'm on it. You ain't gotta ask that question.
Well, I heard it. What they did say is launching later, so it's going to be pretty much the same thing how they did with Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto Online did not launch with the launch of the game. It had its own separate launch to get those servers up and running. So it's probably going to be a thing of course, yes, they're going to launch it later, but it probably be a thing where they may launch it into like a beta phase when the game launches to kind of like stress test the servers and all that stuff. 'Cause I think Grand Theft Auto had a really bad problem with, when it launched, and like you were sitting in queue for a minute when that crap launched. But there was so many people trying to get online, trying to experience the service. So I'm pretty sure
Red Dead Online gonna be so fire.
Yeah, no, it is. It definitely is. It's gonna be another hobbyist game that people gonna be addicted to. Just put that right in the line with Fortnite and Destiny and Grand Theft Auto 5 and.
Man, I can't play Fortnite no more. Fortnite on a totally different level.
I can't. I've tried my best to get into Fortnite. I just can't. I don't know how. And I'm a diehard gamer, but I just can't get into it.
Yeah, I don't really feel the battle royale just purely because maps are super huge, and I've always said this before when it comes to games with big maps and shooters. I don't like games that have like super large maps because I don't want to walk around more than I'm shooting stuff. So
yeah,
I think with them, because here's one thing that kind of got me. Overwatch has a team deathmatch for those who haven't played Overwatch in a super long time, and I jumped in one time and I had a freaking good time because it was way smaller maps, and you got to shoot crap more often and all that good stuff. So I think with like games like Fortnite, PUBG, if they came with some team deathmatch modes and stuff like that, I think they would probably kind of pull some other people in that are kind of like fans of multiplayer, because the thing is with Fortnite, you're walking and picking up crap probably more than anything.
Then you die, you gotta wait and do it all over again.
Right, exactly. And for us, like for the older gamers that's been doing it for a while, that ain't fun. Just being real, that ain't fun. I want to respawn and come back and kill the person that killed me. That's just how I feel about it. Dragon Ball.
No one cares.
Dragon Ball FighterZ.
No one cares. Let me be complete. Let me take this one over right quick in your mind. First off, even though it was blatantly obvious from the beginning, my thing is, what was the purpose of having him with 18 then? If you're gonna make him a separate character, So, yeah, 17 from Super is going to be the new DLC character, which doesn't make any sense.
They are dripping characters into this game like Apple drips features onto their phones.
They should have been on that motherfucker. just like Apple, features should have been on it.
That's the thing. He was already on the game. It's just he wasn't his separate character. He was just he was basically a move for 18. Basically, that's all he was. He was
pretty much.
Yeah. So it was like this was basically defeating the purpose. You might well just had him separate from the beginning. But I guess I don't know.
So here's to piggyback off of the Dragon Ball Fighter Z character.
No one still cares.
They showed the kind of like a bundle for Jump Force, and I saw that the DLC said to get 9 additional characters, which is the similar number that I see a lot of, Street. Because then, correct me if I'm wrong. When Street Fighter V came out, wasn't it 9 characters as DLC in the beginning?
Yeah.
And same thing for Mortal Kombat, I know for sure. And so I think they're gonna probably hit us with the, with the season 1, 2, 3, and 4 passes to get these extra characters. Is like, can I just get a pass for the whole year?
Well, this is what I'm about to say. I think the Switch version, is coming out in a couple of weeks. I think that one's actually going to come out with all the characters coming out now, actually on the Switch. Like, so when you buy that, they're going to have the characters that's coming out now already on there.
Okay. But yeah, with Jump Force though, like they're doing that. I feel like that because I think the Bandai Namco I think is developing or pushing or either publishing this Jump Force game. For all of those, I mean, all of us play fighting games, and a couple of us play certain fighting games, exclusively to a certain extent. How do y'all feel about like how these fighting games have been doing like DLC and stuff? Like, you get 9 fighters, and then
I blame
in your head you kind of like, I know that ain't all.
Well, to me, where the Dragon Ball game messing up is like having all those different forms of Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah.
Like you got base form, then you got Super Saiyans, and then you got Super Saiyan gods, and then like let's not do that. Let's just, and I know in a fight it's hard to change to those different levels, but that's part of the game to me. Like
I feel like they're wasting. I feel like they're wasting characters especially with Goku. They're wasting
character space.
Yeah, character space. Yeah,
or let you earn the different transformations or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like make it challenging in some type of way. Because if I can just go straight in with Ultra Instinct Goku, then like that's too much of an advantage to me. Well, with the power scaling that's on Fighter Z, ain't no real.
Yeah, you want it to be
real advantages with characters with power. Like
you want it to be like Tenkaichi, which is I completely 100% agree with you on that. Like I wish Fighter would have been more like, especially with the Saiyans and in general, that you can. There are certain ways to unlock the forms. 1, you unlock them, and then 2, you have to go through the forms to get to the form you want to, transform into. And even they could have even went a step further with if you want to fuse Vegeta and Goku together, they got to be on the same.
You got to do the mini game. I'm about to say, do like a mini game like it is.
Yeah, exactly. So,
okay, speaking of fusion, Akira Toriyama has revealed that in this new Dragon Ball movie, well, it's supposed to be, not sure if they're going to go with it because there's a lot of people that's hating. But in this new Dragon Ball movie, that this is what's supposed to bring Gogeta into canon, and a lot of people are upset, talking about why bring Gogeta in. He wasn't a real character. He only had 30 seconds of shine in one movie because a lot of people don't count GT. So I want Gogeta to be canon because I think Gogeta is a cool character. And, I mean, it would only make sense to have Fusion Dance because you don't need Fetora earrings.
Yeah. I mean, with Dragon Ball, I mean, now it seems like the way that Dragon Ball is going, just to give it more longevity. You got to feel at this point that all these characters that weren't canon before are about to become canon now, because either A, they just don't want to create any more new characters, or they want to revisit those characters from GT and kind of make them kind of new to some of the new generation of kids that watch Dragon Ball.
I was gonna say that it's like they'll make new characters, but they have pretty much the same type of feel to like the old characters. Like Kale was supposed to have been Broly, Goku, Black Goku, technically speaking, was like Turles somewhat. So, but my thing is, how would you exactly have Gogeta in this movie? Would you have him go straight to Blue? Or would you want him to have Goku's Ultra Instinct?
Well, Goku don't have Ultra Instinct. Like, he got Ultra Instinct, he don't know how to get back to it. He only went to Ultra Instinct and
the tournament.
In the tournament because he was pushed there by his passion to fight Jiren. So, like, you remember when at the end of Super, when the season ended,
he said he don't know how to do it on his own.
Right.
And you got to look at it like how I think someone said that Broly was supposed to have been somewhat stronger than Jiren. So I know Goku's gonna have to get pushed to that point. My thing is, regardless,
but Broly ain't got the how you say the chivalry Jiren got. Broly is coming there just strictly to kill. Goku don't have time to play with Broly like he had with Jiren.
Because Broly like a more of a berserker Saiyan. Like he just
he a berserker Saiyan. So if they have to, if Vegeta and Goku get stomped by Broly, they need that power boost. The quickest thing they can do is a fusion dance, become Gogeta. They probably gonna fight him in base form first or Super Saiyan form, and then they gonna go blue, just like they did with Zamasu when they did Vegeta, when they turned into Vegito.
Yeah, very true. Samurai Showdown. So along with all the other games that have been
remade,
being announced about with Omnimusha and Resident Evil 2 remake, so now Samurai Showdown has joined the list of games that are being remade.
Samurai Showdown, y'all know they used to be the bomb game.
Oh yeah.
That was a bomb game. That was for Soul Calibur.
Samurai Showdown was in the old Pizza Hut that was on Highway 82 beside Sonic.
Yep. Sure was. Man, what is up with the gaming industry on samurai games lately? We've got 2 new games coming to Xbox and PlayStation that are both taking place in feudal Japan. Then you also got Omnimusha coming back as a remake. Then you got this game that's being resurfaced as well. It's like, what?
I think it was the popularity of Neo.
Could have been, yeah. I mean, it's supposed to be a Neo 2 as well. I heard that's supposed to be the PlayStation Plus game for October. That and Diablo Eternal Edition next month. That's what I'm hearing. Hearing rumors about it. So I
bought Neo for no reason. I got to a certain point, and to me, the character was unbeatable. I ain't put the game back in my system since.
Yeah. It's like Dead Souls or whatever. Or Dark Souls.
Yeah, Dark Souls.
Yeah, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, all those games fall into the same category of, you have those immensely hard bosses.
You stop playing it.
Yeah, or you get just freaking stonewalled. All right. Then we got, let's see what we got here. Let's talk some anime real quick, huh?
Oh, bro, I feel like, oh shit. All right. On one hand, Attack on Titan season 3 is the shit. Oh boy, let's get to this hell though. Boruto gonna end up getting canceled. and see the reason why everything he going through, we already been through it with Naruto. Like he chasing up behind his friend now, trying like this. The storyline is too much of the same. Like seriously, y'all. Like I just don't get it. I feel like I'm watching Shippuden all over again. Like just get me to the part when Boruto go rogue, when he get the cut across his eye, when he walking around with the sword like Sasuke. Get me to that part. All this trying to find Mitsuki and all that right there. Mitsuki then went rogue and it just God damn.
This ain't what it is, huh?
Nah, it really ain't. I really done got bored with it going through this storyline. Cause I know what's gonna happen. Like you don't want a storyline where you know exactly what's gonna happen.
Nah, nobody do.
Yeah, nobody wants that. It's like you don't want it to be like this is just a copy and paste, but just with a different person. It's like imagine if they did Dragon Ball that way with when let's say if people would have not rebelled and wanted Goku to be the main guy and they took Gohan and just redid a lot of the same similar stuff they did with Goku.
Because that's what people were afraid of. Like you grew up with Goku, you got with Goku when he was a child, you watched Goku grow. Like people didn't want to go through that same process with Gohan, even though we did go through that process with Gohan. But he wasn't the main character, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, it's cool to have characters that you grow up with. Like, if you're a kid and you start watching an anime or a TV show and you can grow with those characters, then cool. But to literally just have somebody where you become an adult and you still following the show, then they bring their kid into it, and you gotta watch the same storyline over with their kid, that's just gonna turn you off altogether.
Yeah, that's very true. That would definitely turn me off. But I think they probably kind of made it feels like they kind of made that show. I know as you kind of like talked about Boruto on Nerdflow. And I always hear you always say like it's kind of, I always hear you kind of reference back to like the original Naruto, kind of some of the same stuff that was going on with him is happening in this series. I'm kind of like, even though I haven't watched Naruto, I kind of feel like they're actually doing the same thing, but they just kind of like just changed it and made it for a newer generation to watch it.
And that's what I'm kind of feeling myself. They just tried to make a new anime for the new kids. Use it, the only difference in Squad 7 is the third member one of the members from the Chiga clan, but third member is Orochimaru's son. But he still, like, his personality still was like Sai. And Sai replaced Sasuke.
Yards up to the 27-yard line.
So, I mean, I really just, I'm gonna keep watching it because I want to see where it progresses to. But if it gets canceled, I won't be surprised.
So who's winning?
The Lions, apparently.
Yeah, they whipping New England ass.
Because somebody TV is loud.
Actually, I'm not even watching the game. I'm watching it, but I'm not watching it. I'm actually playing Madden, but I'm watching the game too. So you probably hear Madden.
Multitasking dad.
Gamers do that, you know what I'm saying?
All right, y'all. Since I got y'all online, I've been having an argument with somebody. They say the Ninja Turtles that came out when we were kids, the TV show that was the 90s, the 80s and 90s TV show that we had, has nothing on TMNT that came on Nickelodeon. Which I told you was free.
Oh, wow. You mean the same Ninja Turtles that the VHS tapes came out at Burger King?
That laid the groundwork for all of this stuff that y'all got right now.
Yeah, they was just like, yo, those look at Shredder. Shredder's so lame and all that. I was like, yo, dude, like
what
those
Shredder you looking at?
Okay, first of all, don't get me started.
Oh Lord!
Oh my God, he brought it.
Take it.
Here we go.
He brought it.
Get that button from him. No, it had to be a young Thundercat that said that.
Yeah, he like 20 something.
Ain't no Thundercats. It's a whippersnapper.
Hold on. Hey, Briaria, where you got that button at? I'm gonna need that for work tomorrow, man. I'm gonna need that for work tomorrow, bro. Like real talk.
It only happens when you really want to go hard.
Look. Do you not realize how stressful work was tonight, bro? I needed that button, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
I understand, bro.
See, man, I'm
But
just saying,
man,
I'm saying with Shredder, I Google Shredder, like, just to look at the overall evolution of Shredder from this other version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm sorry. Our Shredder was way better.
It really was.
This Shredder I'm looking at.
We had Crane. You know, they had the big tower. I mean, you know, the big like rolling observatory. Splinter was like cool as fuck. The Turtles were cool. You know what I'm saying? Like even though they all looked the same with just different masks on, you could still tell who was who through their personality. They wasn't trying too hard to make them different from everybody else.
I'm just saying, bro, I Shredder didn't have a daughter, okay?
Yeah, true.
Right.
He was.
No, he did.
He was. Yeah, in the comics, yeah, but we didn't really know that until like.
Oh, I'm about to say he did.
If you was into the source content like that, yeah, you kind of knew he did. But as far as the version we got, man, they didn't talk about him having no form or no family. He just had the Foot Clan.
I'm about to say because the one, yeah.
If you want to go on comics, the Turtles was nothing like what they represented.
Exactly.
They were actually killers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Now-
the turtles in the comics were like.
Turtles have died in the comics. That's if we want to.
Yeah, that too.
If we really want to go there,
Right. We don't want to go too deep in it.
But
y'all couldn't handle it.
but the thing is, what my biggest thing is, you know, if you want to say y'all movies were better than ours, I'll take that.
Right.
You know,
No.
Which movie? Okay,
No.
which movies? That
No.
movies was not.
I'm about to say
No, and no. We talking about the Michael Bay ones, right?
yeah, I'm talking about the Michael Bay movies.
No. 2 had the most problem of them all because 1, yes, Craig was in the movie in the live action for the first time, but I could so really tell that was so CG.
Yeah.
That was the biggest problem. Like, if you're gonna make it CG, you have to make it seem like they're actually in the world. It was too computer generated.
Yeah.
That's what killed it for me. I was happy that he was in it because I'm such a fan of TMNT, but for the fact that I could literally just see through that I couldn't go into my suspension of belief that this dude was like an alien. I just felt like somebody created this and now it's on the screen. And that's all I could think about the whole entire time I was looking at it. The first one, yeah, I'll give it. But for 2, even the Turtles seemed even more too CG this time around. I don't know what they did different. It just didn't feel right.
Yeah, the second one did seem really CG.
Yeah, it was too much, man. It was like, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what they did. I don't know if they had a different person doing the special effects, but they didn't do a good job on 2. 1, I'll give it. 1 was really good, but I mean, nothing really beats the original ones we had in the early 90s either. The Turtles in Time, them going to Japan and all that stuff, and then
Secret of the Ooze was shit.
Exactly. So it's like I can't give them that they had a better movie than we had. I mean, yeah, they got some characters introduced that we wish we would have had in the 3 we got, but they didn't really hold up, honestly. from how they were depicted in the movie. So.
You bitch made fool ass nigga.
Whoa, language.
That's what I want to tell my supervisor's name.
All right,
Language.
man. Let's talk about the since we got the con crew on here.
Hey, I wasn't talking. I ain't mean for to say that to y'all. I'm playing this game, y'all. Now she got real upset.
Let's talk about these cons, man. Let's talk about these cons.
Yes.
Let's talk about
Hold on, let me get the last out right quick.
Shit.
All right, I'm good. I'm good. It was so unexpected.
That was so random.
Oh, yeah, the cons. Oh, yes, Pandemic Tour. That was pretty awesome. Got a chance to see up close and personal with the Walking Dead crew. That was pretty cool. Of course, Negan's line was like almost to the back of the freaking room.
Shoot, he wasn't even a headliner.
He was not.
Who was it? Was it Chuck Norris? They make Chuck Norris the headliner because of whatchamacallit from Winter Soldier that plays Winter Soldier. I think he either had another commitment or I think he had another commitment or he backed out or something like that.
Actually, Sebastian came earlier on his birthday. He was here like just for a day, like September 4th. Yeah, he came on his birthday. And
it's different how they do Fandemic because I had a really hard time like following because okay, compared to Comic Palooza, how promotional goes when for a podcast and stuff like that, and compared to how Fandemic did theirs, it was very hard to follow. It was so hard to follow.
Yeah.
It was like Twitter parties and all this stuff, and I'm like, wait, what? And so, I mean, I don't dislike it. It's just it was hard to get used to. I couldn't follow very well when it came to Pandemic Tour. But Tink, as far as comparing the two events, or just comparing it to all the cons you've been to, comparing it, what do you think?
It was okay. It wasn't the best. Like, it wasn't
us.
Huh?
I said they need to step the game up.
Yeah, they do need to step their game up. I think it was kind of rushed. It wasn't as organized as Comic Palooza is, but I think Comic Palooza already got its feet wet, so it pretty much knows what to do, what not to do. Pandemic Tour, I think, is a good 2 or 3 years old. Mm-hmm. But the guest list was pretty cool. Smallville, Clark Kent, his dad, Jonathan Kent, Lex Luthor, all of them were there. So they did a little segment with the three of them. It was pretty packed, and it was pretty cool to see them after all these years and how they felt about the whole situation of the whole show. So that was probably like the highlight of my whole experience at Pandemic. They made it worthwhile.
Hey y'all, somebody sent us some advice too. My homeboy Zach, he goes to a lot of cons and stuff, and he finally made it to San Diego Comic-Con. He said when you go, pack a cooler.
Wow.
I can believe that.
Mm-hmm.
He said
pack a what?
A cooler.
Oh, okay.
He said pack a cooler and go to eat. Like he said, pack a cooler full of snacks and drinks and stuff, and go to eat when you leave there, like to eat dinner when you leave there. He said simply because he was like, first of all, you're not going to want to stand in the line like forever trying to get something to eat. Second of all, the prices are higher than like professional game prices for food and stuff. So he was just like, I paid $15 for an order of nachos. So he was like, I was just that hungry. And the fact of it being in California, San Diego, price is going to be higher regardless. But he was like, man, when I go back next year, I'm bringing the cooler and, I'm going to have stuff in there for me and my kids the whole while we there. He was like, I paid too much money to get in there. And then I had to pay all that extra money. He he was like, the money I spent on food took away from the money that I was trying to spend on, items and stuff. So he was like, yeah, he said, if y'all go buy like a huge cooler, which also double as a chair with wheels on it. And, he said, take it with y'all. I was like, he was like, man, he said, I promise you. I was like, I'll tell him.
Well, I'm pretty sure for us, when we do go to like San Diego or New York Comic Con, we'll be going as press, and typically most less, like I said, this past Comicpalooza was like a little bit different. I'm not sure why they decided not to do a press area, and even I think Pandemic even put in their email, I remember reading that they said they didn't do a press area. But I think in retrospect, with a lot of cons or like higher end cons, like a Comic-Con, I'm pretty sure they have like a press area. I'm pretty sure press don't even have to worry about food for the most part. So I think on that level, like I said, Comicpalooza did it the previous year when me and Young went, and we ain't have to worry about food at all. We were taken care of on that end. This was just the first year they decided not to do a press area, but we'll see next year if they decide to. But go to Comic-Con. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be probably taken care of from a food standpoint. Pretty sure.
But you know what? If they don't have a press area, I'm just letting y'all know, flash kicks for everybody.
Arkansas Comic Con.
Get your feet up in there.
Yeah, Arkansas.
It was fun, guys. Me and Snapbacks. Oh, you can't say it like that. It's against the law to call it that now.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Wait.
Arkansas?
Exactly.
I mean, it's better than Canada. They call them niggas Canuckers.
Canada.
No.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather be Arkansas than a Canucker.
But overall, yo, it was Canuckers.
Wow.
I'm scared to move to Canada now. But it was dope. They had the dopest Iron Man costume over there.
Yeah, and it was a resident, somebody who actually lived around the area who created the Iron Man suit that we had shared with you guys. But Snap, why don't you tell them what happened in the gaming area?
You know what?
Say DVR.
I feel like. See, I was trying to be so peaceful tonight, especially after a long day. But you know what, bitch, I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna let you have that one due to the fact that we have footage of in the game
area. Oh, stop. Pause.
Come in for that. Yeah, we got actual footage, and you almost got kicked out because you were beating everybody.
Yeah.
What?
How'd you almost get kicked out because you was beating everybody? What? Wait.
Look,
it got that serious.
Like everybody legit was coming in and trying to beat me, they couldn't. To the point where everybody was asking me, like, bro, you gotta be. I know you playing in a tournament tomorrow. I'm like, no, work.
It was really sad because we really wanted you to be there for the tournament.
Yeah.
Hey.
What was the age? Like, what was the age cap? The age cap was like 11. I'm assuming like 11-year-olds. I'm assuming.
No, they was
grown men, like in their 30s.
You whooping dad's. You dad's ass. Okay.
Hey, you know what?
You whooping beer belly dad's ass.
You know what, bitch, mate. You talk all this noise, but you will never give me an exhibition match though. You will never give me an exhibition match.
You don't want me to get started, nigga.
Hey, Royalty, I don't feel like waiting till November, man. I ain't got time to wait till November. Apparently, he wants his L right now. He wants his L right now, though.
Here we go.
That's cool.
Hey, I can be honest. I think enough L's been handed out for 1 month. MGK took one. I don't need. You need. Take a break. You don't need this.
And you tripping over your words, partner. So you need to sit here and trying to tell me what are you trying to say, bro? You scared? Because if it is, just go ahead and say it, bro.
I mean,
I know you are.
be scared of?
It's all good.
Fellas.
It's all good, bruh.
What is here?
Okay, fellas.
You might give me my exhibition match though, bruh.
Let's get back on course. Let's get back on course.
Yes,
Talk about
yes,
this
please.
after the show.
Okay, let me continue, please.
Yeah, or you don't. Shut that stupid shit up, nigga.
Okay, anyway, back to
No, bump all that, bro. What my PlayStation is, G? What my PlayStation? What my PlayStation is, bro?
How about that new remake of
How about this
Child's
L that
Play?
this man about to catch right quick?
Yeah, we'll find it, nigga.
For real, real quick, let me get back to the con, guys. So I got to tell you that we were trying to get to what we thought was going to be like the highlight was meeting the Rangers, but it seems like Jason David Frank was a no-show.
He wasn't so much as a no-show. It was it was at the time. It was his the weather was bad at the time, so his flight was already messed up because of the weather. Now Johnny, he was late, but he did show up.
In 5,
but Jason,
4, 3, 2.
Oh, that broke his hip.
I knew it. I was waiting for him to come in and say, I'm like, he finna say something.
but
anyway, but we had,
despite the fact that the main ain't show up, the main line was still huge.
Yes, it was because
wait a minute. I remember that his plane got delayed.
Yeah, because of the weather. But the thing was, all those fans stayed in that one spot. All those fans stayed in that one spot when they all and they didn't move.
Yeah, they all was given a special room and a special badge to go and see him. It was like he was just being really nice because he showed up late and he really wanted to be there for all his fans. And it was just really nice what he did for them. Yeah,
that was sweet.
That was another highlight, though.
Yes,
it was another highlight.
I gotta tell you, it was really Hassan Rashid. It was the biggest highlight to me. This man showed out for this Comic-Con. This man, he played the King's Guard in Black Panther, and he had this like big Wakanda entourage just came out with Wakanda music, and it had a big parade in the convention. So he's resident over in Arkansas, and he sometimes go to Texas from time to time. And I got to meet him, have a nice conversation with him, even take a picture. And he was just really cool. Got to talk about where he was from and all that he's doing, and was really hoping to see him again in more scenes in Wakanda, just in case the snap didn't get him. But another thing was that
this is cheating ass game.
Hush. I really liked his cosplay, but there was something about that, something with Disney. I didn't know that outside of Disney that you're not allowed to wear anything from the set. Like you can't take anything with you from the set. So
yeah, well, did you say it cost a lot of money to make those costumes anyway?
Yeah, it did. But it's like a contract thing to where they cannot wear the ones from Disney. So he actually got
press tour.
Yeah. And it really wasn't exactly a press tour, I wouldn't say, but his replica that he had at the thing was like really detailed. Like you really couldn't tell the difference unless you were like really up close. So I give him props for that.
Cool.
But yeah, it was a dope experience.
There was one incident though. It was one incident. Apparently, one of the guests that was there, what was it? Sean Patrick Flannery. Apparently, he pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah, that was.
What?
Who was he? Yeah, it was so awkward.
Boondock Saints.
So
yeah,
it was
no Boondock Saints. If it ain't Huey and Riley, I don't understand.
I knew that was coming.
You got damn right.
But apparently, he made a comment about I think weight in Hollywood. Apparently, the comment was offensive. It was guiding towards like how somebody's weight is supposed to be in Hollywood when it comes to acting. I guess from his point of view, he was saying that many people look towards like people who are fit and whatnot. Like they really frown upon people that aren't in shape, out of shape and whatnot. And that pissed a lot of people off.
But it was like it was just so awkward because like a lot of people who you see weren't fitting all shapes were all there to see him, but as soon as he made that comment, like everybody was slowly leaving the sitting area. Like, this is awkward.
You mean during his panel?
Yeah, during his panel.
What was the question?
I don't know what the question was. It was a comment though.
It was like, what just happened? And
It's like all I remember, like we was in line. I think either getting something to drink or something like that, and we just heard like a lot of people booing, a lot of people getting up and leaving. It's like this mindset. And that's when my girlfriend's best friend, she was there, and she was telling us what happened because she was sitting next to one of the people that got offended. She said the girl started crying, so it was like, wow.
Let me go back to this part where he said girlfriend.
Wait, what you mean? what you? Hey, what you? Hey, no.
When did that happen?
This happened a while ago. I know. At least I know.
Exactly. Thank you, Young.
Wait, hold up, Auntie. Wait, Auntie. Listen,
Well, I paid attention to his
I
page on Facebook one
was gonna
time.
tell you all this. I was gonna tell you
it's
all
about to go
Wait
down.
a minute.
Hey, go to the top.
Wait a minute.
bro. Hold up.
No.
Exactly.
Oh, bro,
We gonna talk.
what
We
you
gonna talk
beefing
about this. We gonna talk about this after the podcast tonight.
Hey, hold on, Auntie. Wait a minute, Auntie. Wait a minute. Hold on. You gotta just chill right quick. Now, this you just can't get mad at all this.
I've been kind of known about this. I'm just saying.
Me too. I really have.
I really known about this for a while.
Yeah, I know
He didn't have
Royalty
to
know
tell
about
me.
it.
I kind of just like saw his Facebook and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, and Royalty, for the record, because I know you commented on the post I made yesterday about my pops. I didn't know that about your pops too, but yeah, anybody that saw the post, I don't look like my dad. Let me just put that out there. But whatever. Move next topic.
Hey,
I knew you weren't from this planet. I knew you weren't from this planet.
Was your uncle at the Comic-Con in Arkansas?
Say again?
Was your uncle at the Comic-Con in Arkansas?
That would probably
No, he was not. Exactly. Yeah, let me borrow that.
Now, young, if you knew that he was gonna be there, you knew she was gonna try to find a way to come to Arkansas too. So yeah.
Oh boy, here we go.
Anywho,
He probably hit on the line and said, "Babe, you ain't got to worry about coming up here as soon as I leave."
whatever.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what about this Joker? What about this Joker teaser, yo?
Yeah, man. Let's talk about some DC stuff.
Yes.
Let's get into the comments.
So, what do y'all think of the teaser?
Did y'all see the clip that I sent you guys? With the Joker getting off the subway?
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like
I kind of got like Heath Ledger vibes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look at how his whatchamacallit, it's like pre Heath Ledger though. That's what I'm getting. Look at his hair and look at the makeup. It's just his clown makeup is just not as damaged as Heath was, but his hair is nearly identical. He looks like Heath Ledger before Dark Knight. So it's like
exactly.
You could at least change it up or something.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
When I y'all don't get mad, but when I first saw it, like when we watched the clip that I had sent, I'm like, okay, I wasn't too happy with him. Like, he kind of looks like Ronald McDonald going down the wrong path. And it was like, it's
I mean, he's right. He's right.
It's gonna have to grow on me. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it.
I think with this movie, I think if this movie becomes very successful, because I heard it's supposed to be it's supposed to be in parts. So this is supposed to be kind of like the early stages of the Joker, which is why Leto is on for a Joker movie as well because they say it's going to be the Joker over time. So it's going to be more than one movie that's going to kind of like tie in together. But with this movie in particular, I think like the tone and the mood of it, I think it's kind of where DC kind of needs to land with their universe as being not necessarily more grounded, but a lot of their villains don't have powers, especially like Batman's. They're just criminals pretty much. They're crime bosses pretty much. So yeah, I think from that standpoint, from like, Joker, Two-Face, Penguin, Poison Ivy, stuff like that, I think with those type of characters, man, I think a grounded perspective is kind of where they kind of need to land with a lot of their content. And aside from like, let's say if they don't really venture and try to do a Superman anymore, and they just kind of go with just like Wonder Woman, Aquaman, kind of the ones that's been doing pretty good for them. And we'll see how Aquaman does this holiday season.
Hey, Royalty.
Yeah.
You said that Jared Leto's Joker and Joaquin Phoenix's Joker are supposed to tie in together. It's supposed to be him over time.
Leto is supposed to be the Joker later on. He's supposed to be him older. The older, I guess, probably would say, yeah. It's kind of hard because Joaquin Phoenix looks old as crap. I'm just saying. He's not a young guy.
It's like he looks already old. And this Joker looks so modern and so young looking. Joaquin looks like the Joker that was supposed to be in Suicide Squad if you want to go for an older one. And Jared Leto was supposed to be the one in this timeline, but it's weird though. I don't know how they're gonna tie that in together. It wouldn't make too much sense.
Yeah, but it's kind of that's what I've been hearing. I don't know how true it is, but that's what I kind of been hearing. To keep on with the theme of DC though, so I tried out DC Universe, which is DC's new streaming service. Tried it out for the first week, watched a lot of content and stuff like that. What I will say, I made this comment to you guys on our Messenger. Justice League War movie is freaking Justice League live action movie, just with a couple things changed. It's basically that movie. So if you want to see a better version of Justice League movie and you didn't like it, then just go watch Justice League War. It's the exact same movie minus like Green Lantern and a couple other people. So I will say that much. But as far as the service is really good. I mean, I got a lot of smart devices around my place, and I got Roku, I got a smart TV, all that stuff. And it was available day one on all those devices. So I could watch it on my TV and all that good stuff. You can also, when it comes to like comic books, they're kind of a little shaky on some of the comics as far as some stuff that I wanted to kind of get into and read. At least either that I couldn't find it. But you can like download the actual comics, save them to your device and read them and stuff like that if you want to read them like later on or read them over time. They got a pretty good large selection of like the animated movies. You got pretty much any old Batman, Superman. They even got freaking Superboy on that sucker as well, which is like a old freaking throwback movie of Superboy that's never seen the light of day until this streaming service. Then you also got the old Wonder Woman. So they have all the old classic old DC superhero stuff that you would expect. I think the only thing I didn't see on there, none of the CW content is on there as of yet, which pretty sure that'll probably be a thing at some point. A lot of the old season from those shows will probably be hitting there next, but you got all the Batman animated series, The Batman, Batman Beyond. You got Justice League, you got Teen Titans stuff. A lot of the old, cartoon stuff. Lois and Lane is on there. For the most part, a lot of it's pretty much up to date. And then they have their own, daily DC show that they do every day that talks about different stuff that if you follow them on YouTube, it's really the same thing you would get on their YouTube channel, but it's on the DC Universe app now. But overall, so good. I haven't had any hiccups, haven't had any crashes or anything like that when I was watching the service. The service is pretty smooth. I'm pretty sure, like I said, over time, they'll eventually add new stuff to it. I know they kind of launched it right before Batman Day happened. So they had a full selection of I think the first day they didn't have all the Christopher Nolan Batmans on there, so they dropped those on Batman Day and added those to the service. So they had like a full catalog of nothing but Batman stuff for you to watch if you want to just binge out on Batman Day. So, but so far so good though. I would say it's worth I would say well worth the $7.99, especially if you want to get into comics, or even if you want to kind of like tie in to kind of, you know, say watch that stuff and say you want to find out backstories on certain characters and stuff like that. Because right now I just started reading the Batwoman comic, because since Batwoman is coming to the Arrowverse, I want to get into that. So they got that full run on DC Universe to read that full run of comic books and stuff like that. So, Disney got to come with it. That's all I'm gonna say. Disney got to come with it when it comes to that service. They have to. They really do.
I'm gonna throw something at you that Tink always say. Ain't nobody got them Disney dollars.
Thank you. Whenever they get done. Whenever.
But I will say though.
Done,
but what I will say,
nobody got them Disney dollars.
Disney can be one thing, because if you're a Disney head, if you get Disney Play for Disney movies, you're gonna be super satisfied. But if you love Marvel, they gotta come. They have to tie in their Marvel Unlimited in some way somehow.
I'm gonna put this just like this. Me, the way I know business and the way I'm looking at the business structure of Disney gonna come out with a Marvel app, and it's gonna give you everything DC give you, and it may even give you more, because Disney will not be outshined.
Exactly.
We'll see. I mean, they do good. They do good on the movie front. I mean, come on, let's agree here that how Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of started out. Wasn't the greatest show in the world when it came out originally. So their TV stuff ain't that hot a lot of the times. Their streaming stuff, yes.
We just talk about it as a whole product, though.
I know it's a whole product, yeah. But again, they gotta, for a comic book head, somebody, like I'm saying, for somebody that loves Marvel, but how they're structuring it, how everything I've been reading about Disney Play is gonna be super duper heavy on. We're gonna get a lot of original content, of course, because they've already said that Loki and Scarlet Witch is getting their own live action shows coming to Disney Play, which that's cool and good and everything too. But for people who are just, if you don't care about Star Wars and you say you don't care about Disney, a comic book head's comparison to the service is always going to be, well, DC got comics with their service, y'all don't got Marvel. I can't get Marvel.
Hence why I said Disney is going to give Marvel their own their own streaming service. Whereas as far as if you want the comics and all that right there, or it may be just a Marvel section built into the Disney Play app that has all this stuff on it. That way you ain't got to pay for separate apps.
Let's hope they do. I doubt they do a separate app, because they've already said point blank they're going to be losing money on this project. Disney Play's going to lose money for a couple years before they profit, because they were making so much profit off Netflix. So they already said from a financial standpoint, it is a money loss all the way across for quite some time. So we'll see. Some companies can be,
Man, Disney lying. Disney can't lose money. They charge too much for shit.
It's different buckets for different stuff, man. That Disney World bucket, man, ain't got nothing to do with that Marvel bucket, bruh.
Man, all that money goes to the same place.
Shoot, maybe different. Offshore bank accounts, we don't know.
Like somebody just said around me, keeping Walt Disney frozen, keeping them alive.
Then we got.
I ain't gonna say that part. It's just racist.
Yeah, we gonna move on that one. We wanna stay around. Lois Lane casting for the Arrowverse has been casted. Young lady that played on Grimm, Elizabeth Tolak, will be playing Lois Lane on in the Arrowverse. We're doing the crossover, so I'm pretty sure she's been making her way over to Supergirl, because they said this coming season Lois Lane will be a regular on Supergirl. So we'll be seeing her join the cast because she was unfortunately, her show Grimm was unfortunately taken off air when it was a good show, but we won't talk about that. Yeah, so that is a thing that's happening on the Arrowverse, and then we also got Daredevil season 3 trailer dropped as well this week. From the trailer, pretty much it's just a bloody beat up Matt Murdock. Basically, for those who may or may not have been watching or may not have finished Iron Fist. Iron Fist is basically, I don't know if you remember at the end of towards the end of Defenders, basically Matt Murdock said, because they both kind of like roam and kind of take care of the same borough in New York, Iron Fist is basically in this season basically kind of fighting crime on behalf of Daredevil a little bit, because supposedly Daredevil, based on the last thing that happened in the Defenders, that he might be dead, but he's missing because they didn't find his body when the whole cave thing collapsed and all that stuff. So, but it seems like, of course, yes, he's alive because it's a season 3. But I heard that he will no longer be donning the Daredevil suit this season. He'll be going back to the Devil of Hell's Kitchen as far as like wearing the all black for a while. So he won't be Matt Murdock a whole lot. He'll be killing a bunch of people, probably more likely. He'll beat up a bunch of people. So there's that. And then we got
nothing worse than a blind man with issues.
Yeah, got that right. With no regard. That's one thing too. Next thing we got is the Chucky franchise gets rebooted.
No.
Oh gosh.
No.
All right, y'all. So
I
had to listen to y'all talk about wrestling a lot. So
I know, but I don't want to talk about this.
Cut it out. All right,
let's get into it. Go.
So basically, none of the people that have ever worked on Chucky will be returning to work on this Chucky, because the studio that has done the past few Child's Play movies said they're tired of doing straight to DVD or straight to streaming service movies. So they said no. Universal actually is the releasing theater.
Oh, because I know Miramax did a lot of those old, like they did a lot of.
Universal owns the rights to Child's Play.
Okay,
they say it's been a decent franchise. It has a cult following, but they want to get back to theatrical releases. So they hired a whole new crew, like no voice actors. The original voice of Chucky isn't coming back. Like,
oh wow,
the Child's Play, the Chucky doll. It looks similar to the one we're used to, but it is different. They're getting deeper into the character of Charles Lee Ray. It's gonna get more into a story and whatnot. Like it's supposed to be like more detailed and whatnot, and a whole lot darker.
Story in a word.
Say what?
You said historian.
Oh, but they say it's supposed to be a whole lot more darker, because they say the subsequent Chucky movies, Child's Play movies had, just became a running joke, basically. So they want to get back into it being horror.
They want that Conjuring money. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, so, I mean, all thing I can say is just give it a chance, because this can make or break they under the impression this can make or break their studio.
Okay, I mean, that's a bold move to not have some of the original voices and creators.
A lot of original people didn't want to get back into it because they didn't want to go back and do a remake that started over from the first Child's Play. They just wanted to keep the story going. Like the creator of Chucky and stuff like that, he had been the executive producer and director of the past few Child's Play movies. And he was just like, the studio owns the rights. I really don't want to be a part of it. They want to go on with a fresh mind, and I want to continue the story. I want to continue, so he didn't want to do it because the studio wanted, fresher ideas and don't want to continue his story. So, I mean, I can kind of agree with the studio, and then I kind of feel him because if that doll is your baby, you want to keep doing what you've been doing, but at the same time, if they told you they was gonna do a reboot because all the past 3 movies you directed sucked, then they were straight to DVD releases. Then I mean, you kind of got to bite the bullet because it's all about profit.
But wasn't that their choice though? To go to straight to DVD and wasn't that their choice?
No, because when you make a movie, you have a test. You have a test theater, and those people tell you, those people pretty much watch your movie and then tell you, give you ratings and stuff on it. That's how you know if a movie going to theaters or straight to DVD.
Okay. Well, since we on this subject of horror films, did you guys hear that rumor that 70-year-old Robert Englund might be reprising Freddy Krueger?
He's the only person that can do it.
That's very true.
Thanks.
Because they tried a new guy and he was horrible.
Very horrible. The storyline was horrible.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
Goodness.
And that's what I was gonna get to about the Child's Play reboot. With the Child's Play reboot, you can only pray that it does better than the Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street reboots, because those 2 movies were horrible.
Even look at Halloween. I mean,
yeah, don't they come out this month?
They skipping the last 12 movies?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, they say nothing from
2
number 3
on up.
Number 2, exactly.
Everything in between never happened. And
if it had nothing to do with Laurie Strode, then it don't count.
They're saying they coming out with a whole new story. He never left the asylum in 40 years. That's what they said.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Good Doctor gone, all of them.
But I'm really excited though, because it looks good. I mean, it looks way better than the last films that has came out. I kind of like.
I don't know.
I heard the Rob Zombie one was really good though. I think it's one that was done by Rob Zombie.
That one,
it was very dark.
It was good, but it had 2 separate endings. One ending, the girl. Yeah, one ending, the girl came out screaming and stuff, and it went off. And then on another ending, it came out with the same girl, but she's in the asylum looking at white horses, which is a sign for psychological, crazy.
She was going crazy.
Exactly. So
and then the flashbacks they were doing with his mom was leaving people confused too, because it made it look like he was the only reason he was killing was because of his mama.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So Rob Zombie, that one was pretty good. I give it to him. The gruesomeness was there. The horror was there. So that one wasn't too bad.
One good part of Friday the 13th movie is when that boy was running and Jason threw the axe 3,000 yards to hit him in the back precisely.
Friday the 13th just should have stopped it in Manhattan.
Oh yeah, he did run in that movie. Jason, that was another thing. Jason was running in the movie.
Oh yeah, Jason Goes to Hell was pretty good too. I don't know why I like that.
I like 8 Manhattan, because when Jason did a real finishing move in that movie. Oh boy got up there trying to box him. Oh boy said, you heard the voice, finish him. Uppercut that boy head off his shoulders.
All right.
Candyman.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's right. We did talk about Candyman because it was Jordan Peele is trying to get it rebooted. He's also like the new voice of the new Twilight Zone as well. He's the new host for the new Twilight Zone that's about to come out as well.
And
So
Tony
he's like-
Todd gave his little blessing on it too. He's like, it's about time. He's been waiting for a remake on that. He said it was been some problems with the production because of the rights and stuff of the character. So that's what's been the big holdup. It's coming to dinner.
All right, man. So with that being said, we're gonna close out.
there's somebody at my door.
We're gonna see you guys for issue 78 of Nerdflow. Please make sure you guys follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Nerdflow Podcast is what you should look for. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow the Facebook community. All that.